Hey, welcome back to Dear Aunt Susan Advice on Being Human. I am your Aunt Susan Patang from the Quiet Zone Coaching, and this is the podcast slash video cast, whatever that might be called nowadays. I don't know. Just thought I would step back in and talk to you guys about purpose. So the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about some of the things I go over with my clients in my coaching business. Things like bottom-up strategies, teaching your body to be as calm as your mind, and also things like developing a value system. When it comes to developing these things and defining them and writing them down and figuring out why you have certain values and why they're important to you, and even creating an avatar of what kind of person you want to be. This is really cool for making sure that you're able to behave the way that you want to behave in life. There are a lot of times when we go out into the world, especially now, because we've been all locked up at home with COVID, working from home. And I know every time I go out now, like for the last 8 months, I mean, it's COVID started over a year ago now. But it's kind of weird because now I go outside and I feel strange going out into the world, don't you? Because first of all, we're wearing a mask. Okay. It's kind of weird because you feel like you can't breathe, it's pretty horrible. And then you have this shiny object factor because you're looking around you and you're saying, what's going on? Look at that pretty house over there. And I almost crashed a car a couple of times because I was looking like, oh, I never noticed that before. So, it's kind of strange, moving around in the world now that things have changed so much. So a lot of times we forget what we should be doing. Like one of my clients told me, and I'm sure she won't mind if I share this with you, that she got weirded out when she went into the store, and you know how they ask you in some stores for your phone number because they're doing marketing and they're tracking where people are from. And she couldn't remember her phone number. She was so freaked out that this guy asked her for her phone number. And it was totally innocent. It wasn't because he was trying to pick her up. It just had to do with, with the marketing thing. And I get that. I mean, I get that. Have you had experiences like that? You must have had experiences like that where suddenly it's like, I don't know what to do. So not knowing what to do is scary and frightening. And when you have that avatar put together about this is who I want to be, and my avatar is confident, and my avatar, I should really start stepping into my avatar when I do these podcasts, because sometimes I go back and I listen to them and I say, oh, wow, like you don't know what you're doing. You sound nervous and scared, and my avatar is not scared. My avatar is very self-confident and knows what she's talking about and can talk fluidly about what interests her. So that is how you use your avatar. Beyonce uses her avatar when she goes out on stage. She calls it Sasha Fierce. She has a name for her and everything. So having that value system and that avatar in place gives you a framework. It gives you a guideline for behaviors. And so does your purpose in life. And figuring out what your purpose is, that can change. Okay. That can totally change. For example, my kids are all grown and gone. Okay. Very proud of them. They are wonderful, amazing human beings, probably despite my best efforts instead of because of them, but they are great people. When they were kids, my focus and my purpose in life was to create a safe environment for them, where they could grow up and learn about being independent and taking care of themselves and learning about life and learning who they wanted to be and interacting with the world. That was my purpose, was to provide that pathway for my children. Well, now they're grown and gone. So that's not my purpose anymore, is it? So your purpose can change. Now my purpose is teaching other people. Okay, that's what I feel my purpose in life is, as well as taking care of my family, taking care of my husband. I take good care of my husband. I cook things for him that are are delicious and amazing, that I think are delicious and amazing anyway. I don't know if you tasted them, you might not think so, but he likes them. So for example, earlier today, I baked a cake because I know he loves cake, and we only have one slice a night, and we're very judicious about it because as we're getting older, we're getting fatter. But oh boy, it's so good to have a nice slice of cake for dessert because he loves them. So I baked a cake for him. That's part of my purpose in life. Now, taking care of my partner was always part of my purpose in life, but now I can focus on him very specifically because my kids aren't here anymore. So I'm focusing on the dogs, I'm focusing on the cats, I'm focusing on my partner as well as myself. I can take better care of myself and do more things that I love to do because I don't have the I don't want to call it a burden, but having the kids to take care of first as a priority. Now I can make myself a priority. So as we age and as our lives change and as we move from one phase to another, our purpose can change. Our values, like we talked about last week, they can change too, but probably not as much. So let's talk a little bit about discovering your purpose. How do you figure that out? Okay. And this is an exercise that you can do repeatedly over the course of your life. And I do it maybe once a year or once every 5 years or whatever, depending on what's going on in my life. So some of that has to do not just with our particular purpose, but our spiritual beliefs. And we're going to talk about spirituality next week. But our spirituality has to do with the two. Why do we think humans are here? What is the purpose of a human being here? And we'll, like I said, we're going to talk a little bit about that next week because that kind of starts falling into that realm of spirituality. But why are we here individually too? And having an idea of what we believe about that, even though those beliefs may be fluid and they may change, is really important to have because this also gives us a guideline as to how we should be behaving, what we should make the focus of our world, okay, and what we should be giving our energy to. So let's talk some more about that. Okay. What have been the happiest times of your life? So think about what you get lost in, what you love to do. What are the happiest experiences that you've had and why? What about those experiences makes your heart pound a little faster? What is it about them that was so wonderful? Look at what those things are and why. What are some of your accomplishments? What are you the most proud of? What are the things that you do the best in life? Where do your talents lie? Start brainstorming this stuff. Write these things down. Who are some of the people you admire most and why? That's a good question to ask. And again, those things that you love to do. What activities do you get lost in? What are the hobbies that you love? What parts of your job do you love the most? What are the things about your career that you love doing? What are the benefits to you? And what are the things that you get excited about when it comes to hobbies, when it comes to your job, when it comes to your career as a whole? If time and money weren't a problem, what would you spend your time doing? That's a big one because now we're taking all of those things that the experiences we've had, the hobbies we love to do, the things we love to do, the things about our careers that we love the most. And let's slap that down into if I didn't have to worry about paying bills, what would I do and why? What is it about those experiences that turns you on? What is it that you love about them? This is part of determining your purpose. Okay. What do you want the epitaph on your tombstone to say? How do you want to be remembered after you're gone? What kind of impact do you want to have on your world and the people in it while you're alive? Write all these things down. Now go back and look at the list of values that you created and your avatar and what kind of person that you want to be, and see if there's any correlation between those values and who you want to be and all of these things that you just wrote down about looking for your purpose. Okay, so what do you think your purpose might be? Would it be creating beauty in the world, spreading happiness to others, tending to nature and protecting it, being of service to other people, educating other people? What talents and qualities do you bring to the world? Okay. And this isn't something, and what I'm reading off right now is the actual cheat sheet that I give to my clients to help them with figuring out what their purpose is. So I am giving you the same instruction that I give to them. So what I want you to do is sit down and write this stuff down, brainstorm. And it isn't something that's going to happen in 5 minutes. This is something that you may want to be coming back to over the course of a couple of weeks. Think about it, try things on psychologically and emotionally, like, well, how would it feel if my purpose was to educate others, or to bring beauty to the world, or to create new technology, or to save people's lives, or to protect nature? What are some of those purposes that you can come up with based upon what you love to do and what you get lost in and the happiest times of your life? I challenge you to have some fun with this. This is really a really great exercise to do. It's so much fun to think about this. And of course, I have to give you the commercial. You know that. I help people who grew up in dysfunctional families, just like I did, learn the tools and the skills that they need to overcome stress, to deal with frustration, to deal with other people's drama and the general bullshit of life. I'm going to teach you how to wake up happy in the morning. And isn't that something that we all want, is just to feel good? So if you would like to learn a new way to feel good, and what I teach my clients to do, these are the gold standard techniques for managing stress, for dealing with what I call the alphabet disorders like OCD, ADD, ADHD, EIEIO, FBI, and CIA. So if you would like to learn how to do all this and work with me, go to www.thequietzonecoaching.com. On the services page, you'll see a whole list of what I do, how it works. My philosophy is on the main page of the website. I would love for you to go there and check it out and schedule a free essential life skills diagnostic session. It's free and it's a real coaching session. So we'll sit down and decide what it is that's going on in your life and how you can move forward so you can start waking up happy in the morning for a change. Until next week, have a wonderful, awesome, amazing week from Aunt Susan Patang. Bye-bye.